Sheesh! Just when you think you're about to fall asleep during the co-main event, Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis absolutely step up and deliver and save the card tonight. Oh my goodness, what a fight! I don't know if I had it split decision. I thought Dricus won that 3-2, but my goodness, what a fight! Sean Strickland came out, looked like he was just starting off right where he left off whenever he just fought Izzy, looking phenomenal, checking every leg kick for a round and a half, if not 2.5 rounds. Jab was looking phenomenal tonight. But man, hats off to Dricus du Plessis. I don't care. I'm butthurt still that he beat my man Robert Whitaker. I'm to this day, I still can't believe it. I'm in denial still. But I'm being real with you guys. Watching Embedded, watching all the interviews this week. I mean, if you guys haven't watched them, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of it now. Dricus du Plessis is actually a pretty dope dude. He's real genuine. He's real honest about everything. Like, how can you not like that? So for him and Sean Strickland to come out tonight and absolutely deliver, every time that they say there's about to be a war, we promise war for the fans like they were at the press conference, it always turns out ugly. It always turns out into a snooze fest. And tonight, man, these boys absolutely delivered. Both fucking each other's eyes up, both making each other bleed, both putting on the pace. I mean, my goodness. And aside how you guys may feel negatively toward Sean Strickland, I'm not even going to get into his beliefs and everything, but when it comes to MMA Sean Strickland, you guys got to be happy that this man at least comes out and delivers and knows, like, hey, I didn't even expect to be the champion. So to come out here and to keep doing the damn thing, honestly, it was probably the best way he could have lost it. Split decision in an absolute war. Like, we might never see the man in a title fight again. Like, he wasn't even supposed to be here. But after he gave us that awesome performance last year against Israel Adesanya, like, truly, man, another performance like that. And, he did lose, but at least he went out fighting and we didn't have a snooze fest like we had seen in the past. Like, and I like Israel Adesanya, but we've seen his Yoel Romero fights. We've seen his Jared Cannonier fights. Like, there's some snoozers out there. So for Sean Strickland to go out there and go balls to the wall and swing at the end, like, man, hats off to every single one of them. And I'm impressed with Dricus, if I'm being real with y'all. For him to go out there, most fighters, especially earlier in the card, even tonight, like, you'll see people start to really just lose confidence in themselves and start to get real frustrated and go, man, every kick's getting checked. I can't land anything. My face is getting jabbed off. And you can just tell Dricus what makes him so damn good. Like, he might not look the greatest when he's out there. Like, even though he looked great tonight, there are times he looks a little sloppy. And I don't know if it's his nose surgery that he got. But I'm telling you guys right now, that man, one thing that's his strongest willpower, man, is his belief in himself. He knows no matter how bad it looks, like, he's never going to give up and he's just going to keep throwing. And you saw it throughout the night. It's for him to change his game plan all night and to realize, okay, my leg kicks aren't working. Like, all right, let me start really getting in here. Let me start moving in that extra step. If you guys go back and watch this man's footwork, I wish I could take the footage right now, but I'll get my video pulled. So, but man, you can just see the way that he's just adding just slight little changes in his footwork just to keep getting closer and closer to Sean. And I mean, my goodness, the body work started catching up. And you guys, I think we all were sitting here. Every single one of us were sitting here probably, oh yeah, the fourth and fifth round, if it gets there, Sean Strickland is running away with this one. And I truly, maybe the fifth round, I probably give the first and fifth round to Sean Strickland, and I give 2, 3, 4 to Dricus for sure. But even in that fifth round, man, to see Sean Strickland just throwing that damn thing, like, it was phenomenal. But still, the fourth, fifth round, I thought he looked a little fresher. I really, especially in that fourth round, my goodness, when they came out to that fifth round, Dricus was ready, getting pumped, like soaking up the moment. And you could see Sean's like, fuck, man, we got to go out here. But he did turn it on and just did the damn thing. I wish he wouldn't have got away from his teep kicks because personally, as a kickboxer, Muay Thai guy, I love them teep kicks. I know they do damage and they were all money all night. But man, what a phenomenal fight. And now, for us fans out here, we finally get what we want. The true fight, the king, to see who's the true king of Africa out here. Israel Adesanya or Dricus du Plessis. Man, I don't know if Dricus is going to be it because that eye looks bad. Both eyes, really. I don't know if he'll be healthy or not for UFC 300 in, 3 months, 2.5 months, whatever it would be for him. But UFC 300, Dricus du Plessis, Israel Adesanya for the king of Africa. I mean, we're getting it right now. Sean Strickland had to poop in the plans a little bit, but let's be real. He just kind of gave us a better, just a better little taste that we had, man, because Izzy doesn't even want to fight right now. So Sean probably gave us more than we would have got already. So this fight to finally happen, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm excited to see what Sean's going to go on and do. I'd love to see that Whitaker fight. As much as I love Whitaker, I think Whitaker would really give him some work, especially with the takedowns. As easy as it was for Dricus tonight, I think Robert Whitaker would come out and really execute the takedown in his wrestling. But again, I don't know. I'm excited to see truly how big Dricus is gonna get now because I mean you saw how big he is in South Africa. The video of them showing his hometown, the video camera, man, that's just beautiful. I don't care if you like Dricus or not. To see that and to be the first champion from South Africa, that means something, man. You're gonna go down in history forever. Like that, we don't even care as Americans, but I'm just telling you that's something that's so dope. And just shouts out to them, man. And 185 right now, I'm telling you, man, it's always been exciting. But if we're going to talk about anything else on this card, the second thing that deserves to be talked about is Arnold Allen and Evlov going, oh my, absolutely to war. That fight right there was the one that I had circled 5, 6 times on this fight card. That one right there, I don't know if it's the Max Holloway fan in me. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but like if my favorite fighter fights somebody, and especially if my guy wins, you're going to follow, have some sort of respect or some sort of love for that opponent, and you're going to start rooting for them the majority of their fights because you want your guy to even look better. And that's how I feel about Arnold Allen. Grew a lot of respect. I like the guy a lot. Sucks he had to fight Max Holloway, but he's a funny dude, funny kid. And I think he's absolutely talented. I knew Evlov was going to have some struggle taking him down, which he did. And man, the transitions tonight, this is what I'm saying. If this card almost had everything for people. If you guys want your war for the title, you had it. If you guys want the snoozer, you had it. If you guys want the transitions, the absolute bloodbath, you had it. But the Arnold Allen fight, man, the thing that sucks the most is he got absolutely robbed, man. I'm gonna die on this hill. You guys can type in this, type in my comments, tell me I'm a dumbass. I don't give a shit. Those knees were absolutely legal. Arnold Allen was even pulling him up when he was throwing them. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're always talking about on the broadcast when we see it in every other position when the guy's got his hand down. They're like, oh, he's a downed opponent, but it's dangerous playing that game as the guy that's, could be on the receiving end of the knees. It's dangerous to play that game. But when they actually throw it, they stop it instantly. Like this is the one part about MMA that's tough, especially when it comes to those knees. When it's just missplit, it's a centimeter. It's not even a centimeter. It's less than that, of a difference when it comes to was the hand up, was the knee there, was it weight bearing, like. I just think, man, that could have been a game changer. Arnold Allen could have easily finished the fight there. That man cut him crazy. Like, as much as he got rocked already, for him to regain himself, come back, the transitions, like I said, the takedown defense, the sprawls, that fight was absolutely amazing, had everything. And you got to feel bad for Arnold Allen a little bit. But just another reason that it was a rough night for Canada, for being real. Every single person lost, basically, that trains there or fought there. And, I mean, let's be real. That co-main event, guys, I'm not even going to talk about it. There was a fight tonight. That's all I got to say. When it comes to the co-main event, there was a fight tonight. I guess there was a fight. But I'm telling you, man, that was just... I'm over here always hyping up women's MMA. I'm always sitting here saying, guys, that evolution of the women's right now, they are taking off, especially with 115 and 125. Ever since Joanna stepped up, Rose, you're starting to see it all the time. Zhang Wei Li now, you're just seeing it in the Mackenzie Dern's out there. These people that are out here doing their damn thing, Tatiana Suarez, like there's so many girls that are coming up that are just phenomenal. I just did a video, not to shout out a video or anything, but top 10, biggest like dominant performance. It was shouts out to Sean, but most dominant performances by the challenger in title fights. And it was the Holly Holm Ronda Rousey fight. Like back then, even 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, these ladies, were so, one-sided of one MMA or one martial art. They've only been training and they're only good at that one thing, a judo, jiu-jitsu, whatever. And now these girls are phenomenal. And for this title fight tonight, man, I just felt like it set women's MMA back like 5 years, especially after we just got spoiled by Amanda Nunes. Like, guys, I'm telling you guys right now, tonight, I'm any 115, top 5, 115 girl, female, woman, going in there and beating the fuck out of both of them ladies tonight. 125, don't even get me going. Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko, you know what they would do? Tatiana Suarez, you know what these ladies would do to the, like, this just, man... This felt awful. My girl Amanda Hebos could have went in there and won tonight, and I love her. She's my girl. But like Macy Barber going in there, like that was just embarrassing. I don't know if Maria Silva. I don't know if she just didn't train and was that hype. Like, what were you doing? She looked awful tonight. Yeah, after her, failing her drug test, and she was looking phenomenal there for a while. And I know it wasn't. I know it's some supplement issue or something. But I'm just saying, man, that looks terrible. Like terrible. All I gotta say, Raquel Pennington is the UFC champion right now. Like, if anybody's been watching MMA forever, she couldn't even beat the old ladies that were only good at one thing. Like, shouts out to Raquel Pennington. But the IQ tonight in that co-main event, I mean, I can't sit here and talk because I'm just behind a keyboard and a camera or whatever. But the IQ in that fight tonight was I mean, dog shit. Like, holy shit. Maria Silva was tired by round two, maybe round three, just gas, couldn't even pick herself up. And Raquel Pennington, all she had to do was keep distance and just pepper her face up all night. And she was just clinching with her on the fence and going to the ground, like almost got choked out 4, 5, 6 times. Like, guys, that was terrible, just absolutely terrible. And if I'm being too hard, let me know. But oh my god. But the rest of the night, man, especially Canada, like I said, rough night. Mike Malott, man, what the that was the most Neil Magny moment I've ever seen in my life. Like, are you joking me? The most Neil Magny win I've ever seen. This man will go out there and look absolutely, phenomenal against some people. And then he'll come out there and look terrible against Gilbert Burns, look terrible against freaking everybody. It doesn't even matter. But then he'll go out here and he goes out and loses to Ian Gary last fight. Oh no, another up and comer. And then Mike Malott, same thing. It's like, oh, here's the gatekeeper. And he gets his ass beat for 2.5 rounds and pulls off one of the wildest comebacks ever in Canada because Mike Malott gets tired and gasses himself out. Like, I mean, fraud check, man. Jesus. These guys, we see it all the time. There are people out there that have all the talent in the world, but when it comes to their cardio, man, like, oh my goodness. It's their kryptonite, man. It's their killer. Like, you could have all the skill in the world if you don't have the cardio. And that's what makes some of these great fighters great. They might not be the best in the gym or anything, but if they have that cardio, can outlast you all night. Neil Magny had no business winning that fight, and look what cardio got him tonight. One of the wildest comebacks that I've ever seen, and I know in MMA it's not technically a comeback because you got a whole round, it's timed and everything, but let's be real. If it would have went to the judges' scorecard, the dude lost 3 rounds to 0, maybe 2-1 if he would have finished out that last minute on top, but like, let's be real here. That was just wild. But at the end of the day, as great as it was for Neil Magny, that is on Mike Malott. Like, what are we doing, dude? What are we doing? You're just out here, could have just took your time, chilled out. And I just feel bad for Canada tonight. I mean, all in all, they had, 3 or 4 split decisions on some decent fights. The undercard was solid. Charles Jourdain, Sean Woodson was pretty decent. Stiddy versus Tavares was pretty fire. I mean, if you guys like CTE, if you guys don't like head movement at all, Chris Curtis versus Marc Andre. I mean, that one was fun at least. It wasn't the co-main event, that's for sure. But, at least these guys were throwing 2 185ers, big-ass dudes just throwing and hitting each other until the end of the fight with no head movement. Yeah, that one's fun at least. But all in all, solid-ass card. I thought the main event absolutely saved it. You guys let me know how y'all felt about it. Canada was absolutely wild tonight. If you guys got a chance to go back and listen to some of that shit, whoo, I'd have felt bad being there. If I was on the wrong side of Canada that night, oh my goodness, I feel bad. But it's always your boy, Steven Moustaris. Shouts out to my ladies from B-Dubs for always hooking me up with these posters. Should have said it earlier, but I was too excited for this fight. So, as always, and have a good night.